Good morning, traders. So, we have a whole new trading year ahead of us. I feel good about it, although it is starting off pretty eventful already. You might have heard about Venezuela already, but it's interesting to see that it hasn't had a major impact on the charts so far, even on gold or oil. Let's have a look. Gold. And then, should we look at crude oil or anything? You know, yeah, it's still pretty calm, which makes me think, this year might not be as volatile and reactive as it was last year. Last year, even one tweet from Trump would make the charts, completely reverse and go crazy. But it looks like this year we might have a bit more tradable markets, which is good. So yeah, I actually want to start with looking at the DXY because I think it's quite interesting. We can see that we've reacted from this demand zone and price is already heading up higher, even though we had a demand zone below that as well. We're getting the reaction already. If we look at EURUSD, you can see as well it failed to hold on this demand and it's heading down lower. So it's interesting because obviously we were bullish before, wanted to see the highs get broken and that bullish continuation. But if we are trading in line with the DXY, and of course with recent news with what's happening in Venezuela, I think we could have a short-term drop on EU. I'm not really sure where to, because that means overall we are in this really massive range for a very long time since summer last year. So it could just come back because we do have some demand that is left open, but obviously if it's coming all the way back down here after being so close to the highs, I think we might just break the lows and EU could flip bearish. So at the moment, it's a bit unclear what EU wants to do. I would still prefer to take longs, but as you can see, it's breaking through demand, so I wouldn't rush into anything. I also don't feel confident taking shorts just because it goes against the overall bullish trend. So for me, just going to skip out on EURUSD, but DXY does align very nicely with GU at the moment. Even though we had that bullish break, that means we are currently in the retracement phase. So if we draw this, is that the high? We can get rid of the previous range. You can see that obviously we need to start heading down. We already have the minor break. We already have a reaction to supply. So yeah, we should just continue dropping down further. And let's see, we have some supply being left behind over here as well. So we could just continue to see that tap. And yeah, supply chain heading down lower. So I think it is better to focus on GU. Let's take a look. Let me draw that zone in like that. And let's go 15 minutes. So obviously we've just started the year, so there's not a lot of clean price action, but you have supply here, you have supply here, and you could potentially look at supply at this extreme, but you essentially want to see liquidation, and then we can wait for the minor break and potentially look for entries. But I think this is something that needs to develop a bit more first. But yeah, overall, looks like the markets are definitely ready to trade if you are still waiting for some start of year development. I think it's already good and tradable. And yeah, let's see how this year goes. Wish you guys a profitable year ahead.